So, Sheffield Wednesday got QPR away. Very strong team at the minute, QPR. They are on a push to the playoffs. Hello and welcome to the video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. I much appreciate it. Liking out the algorithm, sharing it in front of people's faces and subscribing let me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when video go live. So Sheffield Wednesday are playing a QPR team today that are really starting to hit form at the right time in the middle of the transfer window. And it's that whole thing where they are just flying. I think they're in 8th at the minute. So they are really starting to take off and starting to see if they could potentially hit that playoff push. Because it's really weird that they started a little bit poorly and we have as well. And they're starting to hit form. They're hitting that kind of form we hit back end of last season. So we will have to be on our A game for them today because they are very, very good indeed. And I do worry with how good they are at home that we may get overrun a little bit. But let's have a look at what the team news is for both teams. They go Nadal, Nardi, Dunn, Edwards, Fox. So Fox is playing Pal, Field, Varane, Morgan, Chair, Smith, Fry, Walsh, Appy, Cook, Morrison, Colback, Manson, Santi, Lloyd and Coley are on the bench. We go with an interesting lineup. Now, for me, I've said this comes down as a little bit of a, we are testing to see what striker works a little bit. So we go with Beadle, Valerie, Whitway, Bernard, Matlow, Shea Charles, Bannon, Patterson, Gassama, Windass, Jamal Lowe. Pierre Charles, Palmer, Valentine, Otabayo, Ingleson, Johnson, Kabachi, Ugbo, and Smith. So Jamal Lowe is going to lead the line today with probably Windass and Gassama playing as your players who are going to be on the wing a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Now, I do like the idea of us testing Jamal Lowe. No Masaba. I don't know if he picked up a knock or something, but again, it's one of those things where you look at it and you go, the last couple of games where Masaba played, has he done enough to get into the squad? I'd like to see Kabachi come on in the second half as well, because we haven't seen enough of him since his injury. So hopefully he's ready to come back into the fold today and get some minutes. But it should be an interesting game. Hopefully Sheffield Wednesday can get all 3 points away from home. So that first half been quite a scrappy affair, to be fair, for both QPR and Wednesday. But QPR have probably just edged it a little bit for me. They seem like they're just a little bit more on it when they're going forward. A lot of corners that they couldn't do much with. Really bad mistake by Beadle, like nearly let them in, but managed to defend well. Defending pretty solid, doing well at that, trying to get ball out, trying to find space to move the ball has been a big issue in this game though, because every time we're looking at moving the ball around and trying to get it to the right places, the problem you've got is that they are constantly in and around it, and it's a bit frustrating because every time they are close to being near the ball and getting it sorted, we're defending well, but then when we're breaking, all the space that we normally would go into, they're closing down. They're closing the space down, so they're having to stop us going forward. And the thing is, you've seen that a couple of times with Gassama. Gassama's had about 2 men on him at all times. He's switched from being on the left to the right. Pato's done the same. Pato's done well to try and get onto the ball a little bit, try and get crosses in. Came back into our own a bit more into the second half, around the 30-minute mark. Tried to play a little bit better, knocking it around. But again, just little things that we couldn't do. We have a fantastic chance from a corner. It's a good header initially by a Whitway, and then Whitway have a shot that he's hit really well. But it's a fantastic save by their keeper. And their keeper's had a really good game so far. Pulled off some really good saves to keep them in it. There was a bit where Jamal Lowe could have got in, a good shot by Windass, it filled, and he just took a leg out to kick the ball away, which is really good goalkeeping. But as a whole, I think we've done okay versus QPR. I don't think we've been brilliant. I think you can still tell we're trying to sit back a little bit at times and soak up some of the pressure. But my only problem with that, we've had 3 shots, 2 on target. They've had 5 shots, 0 on target, which is good to see. They've had 5 corners. We've had 2 offsides each. So we are doing okay on the shots on target, but we need to start looking at exploiting that a little bit better, trying to see if we can push on with that, because we are in that situation where I think we could get something. Like, I reckon this game we've probably made to someone like a Kabashi who could come on and use his pace to get around someone. Maybe bring him on for Pato later on in the half. And probably a Michael Smith to hold it up if you want to do it that way. But it's interesting. And some of the balls into the box have been good, but no one's been able to put a foot on it or head on it. And it's just like, it's those little chances you're looking at going, we just need someone to put a boot on it or a head to it, and we're going to get something. But QPR's had the chances, and we've had to defend it really well. So second half will be interesting to see what we do, but we need to step it up a little bit, because I do feel like we are just rolling our look at, no, that's the wrong line. Not line, saying. Pushing our luck a little bit at times. That's the word. And that's something we need to be a bit more careful with, because I am worried that we're pushing our luck a little bit too much, and we could do with trying to not do that as much and just try and see if we can find an outlet. When we have got the outlet, it's been good, but we need to push on now and try and get another into this game, because I believe if we can get a goal, there's a good chance we could pick something up here. But it's how we defend, which is okay at the minute, but there's no outlet going forward really in this game. So in that second half, we really stepped it up, really played some better football. We just found another gear. Played some good stuff, knocked it around really well, played some good stuff to try and get the ball moving, because QPR was struggling at the time to get hold of that ball. And we just changed it up really well. And I think it was credit to Wednesday with how they changed it up for, right, we need to do this, this and this and get going. And it did what we needed it to do. So really good ball going forward, and we try and do the good things right. So little passes, trying not to let them win the free kicks. There was an excellent save by Beadle. Really good save to keep us in it. And you're thinking, right, need to keep this up. And the thing is, you're thinking, can we get something out of this? Because it felt like it was coming because of the way we were playing. I thought Windass and Patterson played excellent together. I really do. We make a sub. If Jamal Lowe comes off, Michael Smith comes on. And you're just thinking, can we get something to work here and get forward? And I thought the referee bought some of the fouls a little bit in the QPR side of it, but at the end of the day, it's referees, what it is. I think if it was the other way around, the QPR fan would say the same thing of, well, I think he refed it okay. I was expecting him to ref it poorly, but I think he refed it okay at times. But we're trying to go forward, and Gassama just making excellent run, trying to get in front of his man and beating his man well. And he just found another gear in that second half again. And you're just thinking, can we do something? And Bannon gets the ball, and it's a really good cross. But the nice thing about this is Smith pointed to where he wanted it, and it's a death touch header, which hits the post and then bobbles over the line. And you're like, get in. That's what we needed. It's what we absolutely deserve. And you're thinking, can we keep this up? Because we found that extra gear. They have a lot of corners, but they don't seem to be able to do anything from them, which for us, that's a good thing. You're thinking, let's keep this going. Let's play some good football here. Knock it a ball around well again. A ball goes into Pato, flicks it, and it just go past the post. You're like, oh, that was so unlucky. That could have been the moment that clinched all 3 points. And he's just moving the ball around well, trying to get things going and trying to see what we can do. And you're just hoping we can get something out of this. But then, really good ball on the break. Go to Pato. Pato get the ball to him outside the box, has a shot, weak foot, bottom corner, seals all 3 points on the 87th, 88th minute time. And you're thinking, fantastic. Get in. Pato deserves that. Pato's really worked hard today and played some good footballs of trying to hold it up. And you could tell the player, we're really happy for Pato to get that with the celebration with him. But really good to see him getting the winner. But then it's 7 minutes at a time. And you're thinking, Wednesday, hold on. Just hold on here, because we desperately need to hold on and see if we can get all 3 points. And more importantly, a clean sheet. And luckily for us, the 7 minutes happen and we don't completely collapse like we have done at times recently, which is so good. So Sheffield Wednesday end up getting a 2-0 win versus QPR, which I didn't see coming, because I thought QPR have been very good at their place recently. And you're just like, that is the result we wanted. That is 100% the result we wanted today. Fantastic. We're on 41 points. Watford, 41 points. Bristol City, 41 points. Blackburn Rovers, 42. Middlesbrough, 44. West Brom, 44. And then underneath us, it's Norwich and Coventry on 39 and 38, with QPR on 38. It's tight in that middle pack, and it's tight in that playoff spot. But that's a fantastic result. Let's see what we can do in the next bit of the market next week. See if we can get maybe that striker in Danny wants and a centre-back. Maybe. But hey, that is an absolutely fantastic result to get. All 3 points, a 2-0 win, and a clean sheet. That's the big one for me. A big, big clean sheet. Come on, Wednesday. That is just what we needed today.